All right, week 12, college football breakdown here. I don't know if you call this a good matchup, a bad matchup. It's certainly a matchup. We got Iowa traveling to Minnesota. Major Big Ten West implications in this game. Minnesota is a slight 2.5 point favorite at this moment here on Thursday night. Saw that at 3, so a little bit of buyback on Iowa. This total, though, 32.5, one of the lowest totals we've seen all year. We're going to start right there. It's low. It ain't low enough. Under 32.5 is an official 1 unit play for me. Starting with the Minnesota side offensively, if Tanner Morgan were playing in this game, I probably wouldn't mess with the total, and I probably just lay the points with Minnesota here. He's a fifth-year player. He's very good in this Kirk Soraka system. We've seen that over 2 seasons now. I would have enough trust in Minnesota's offense to just lay the points with them, but he's not playing. He's gotten multiple concussions this year, and by my read, he might have played his last game as a Golden Gopher. That leads true freshman Ethan Kaliakmanis to take the reins. He is more mobile. He's got the higher upside than a guy like Tanner Morgan, but, less than 50% completion this year, 1 touchdown to just 3 interceptions. If you're Minnesota, if you're PJ Fleck, the one way that you're going to lose this game is turnovers. That's how Kirk Ferentz has made his living for over 2 decades now. Iowa's going to win with defense and special teams. If you're PJ Fleck, you are not going to ask your true freshman quarterback to throw the ball more than maybe 12, 13 times. It's too risky. This Iowa defense is too good. Might be one of the best secondaries in college football. And listen, I know Minnesota's got Muhammad Ibrahim. He's been a very good back for them this year. He's taken on a heavy load, multiple games with over 30 carries. Probably going to be another one here. But this is this is a top 5 defense in college football they're going up against. Specifically that back 7, with the way they stop the run and with the way that their secondary handles tough one-on-one matchups. Just go watch the Ohio State game. This is a very good back 7 for Iowa. I just don't see many explosive plays going in Minnesota's favor. The reason I think PJ Fleck is going to take that approach and play things very risk-averse, Iowa's not going to be able to move the ball in Minnesota either. Minnesota's also got a top 5 defense in the country. They limit explosion on the ground. They do a good job in their secondary as well. Don't be fooled by these last few weeks. Iowa is still the same bad offense that they've had all year. Just take last week, for example. They might have put up 24 points against Wisconsin, less than 150 total yards in that game. Like I said, they win through defense. They win through special teams. The offense sucks. We know about Spencer Petras. I don't think I need to go into a deep dive on him. He's terrible. But what's not as known about Iowa, because they have been good in this area at times, their offensive line is terrible. Aside from the Purdue game, aside from the Northwestern game, their run game has gotten totally stuffed this year. There's been 6 separate occasions where Spencer Petras has been sacked 3 or more times. They're just not very good up front, and it really starts there. I don't expect that to all of a sudden change. Going up against a top 5 defense in the country that does stop the run well, and then from there, Spencer Petras is just not going to be able to move the ball whatsoever on this Minnesota defense. So one final consideration with totals is pace. We know Iowa is an extremely slow-paced team, and so is Minnesota, especially these last few weeks. And I think that's going to be especially true with a true freshman quarterback out there. I really think PJ Fleck, the game plan for him is simple. You put this game on the shoulders of your defense. You go ask your true freshman quarterback to throw it 10, 12, 13 times, and you hand the ball off 40, 45 times. I really see this being a 13-9, 16-10 kind of game. Neither of these teams is getting past 17, in my opinion. So while 32.5 might seem low on the surface, when you contextualize, you got 2 top 5 defenses with maybe the worst offense in Power 5 college football, and then a team being led by a true freshman at the moment. I actually think it's a little bit too high. I think anything over 31 presents a pretty good opportunity to play this under. I'd still lean towards Minnesota. I would be on Minnesota if Tanner Morgan were playing, but with Kaliakmanis in there, just can't trust him enough in this matchup. This line did dip below 3. If I had to play a side, I'd play Minnesota. Better look in this game. An official 1-unit play for me is on the under 32.5. The holidays are here. Head over to proud90.com and check out their holiday selection. Still over a month till Christmas, so plenty of time to get yourself, a friend, a family member, some unique but very comfortable golf apparel. Weather's obviously getting colder too. Proud 90's got a great selection of hoodies and quarter zips as well. We're all doing a lot of Christmas shopping. Save yourself some money. Use code Fordham at checkout for 15% off your order. The rest of the information will be in the description below.